Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie Esther here, and we got a fourth teaser for the upcoming chapter of Dead by Daylight. They're going to do the big reveal on May the 17th on Tuesday on their 6th anniversary live stream. But in the meantime, let's check out the newest teaser and see what we can figure out from the clues here. So again, this appears on the international socials. This isn't on the regular Dead by Daylight Twitter. This is from Germany. I'm just going to use the ones from Germany for the sake of simplicity here. So we have an image here. I don't know what this piece of equipment is here. If anybody recognizes what this is with these buttons and this dial, let me know. I don't know. I'm just going to guess it's a piece of audio equipment. I really have no idea. And then we see someone's phone here with a floral pattern on their case. There's the camera on the phone. And then I guess this is a pop socket that says Ravages of the Abyss, I suppose. Do you think this is the name of the chapter? Somebody said to me, do you think that's the name of the chapter right in our face? I mean, it's as good as anything. We usually have cryptic sounding names for chapters that are kind of dark. Ravages of the Abyss would fit that. And then, is this a diner napkin? I don't know what this is with this checkerboard on it. A little bit of crumpling here in the corner. And then we have a handwritten note it's taped to the desk with some question marks and a swirl, and it just says, "Ask Jordan." So right away, that stands out to me, because the only Jordan that I know in Dead by Daylight is Haddie Kaur's brother here. We talked about this when last month, I think, when we talked about the possibility of Haddie Kaur coming into Dead by Daylight. She's that badass monster hunter. Let's just go through her lore again. Just to refresh it for anybody who didn't see that video. Haddie Kaur is an Indian psychic investigator who is focused on in various tome entries. So this is a character that we've been following her history for several years, actually. If you're someone who has done all the riffs and read all of the tome entries from each tome, that she appears in several of them. She creates the Harbinger of Hell web series, where she investigates paranormal phenomena and historical tragedies, as well as working to expose the black veil across various realities. She makes the web series alongside her older French-Canadian stepbrother, Jordan Rois. And so, again, we see here, "Ask Jordan" on the note, so I'm pretty sure that's who it's talking about here. And it's produced by her step-uncle, Stéphane Rois. She's funded by a mysterious benefactor, Surin Rivera. She has the ability to see what others cannot, and view the overlaps between realities, as well as the events of the past. And here's some of her lore. She appears in now, since we did the last video on her, she's in tome 10 now. We didn't have that information before. She's in tome 6, 7, 8, and 10. So in tome 6, she ventures to India to investigate a massacre of British soldiers in the 1800s. In a cave called the Valley of Evil Eyes, and in the cave she fights a grotesque monster with dozens of red eyes and a mouth of needle-like teeth, and discovers a column piece which was hidden by a group of cloaked figures. And in tome 7, she journeys to Turkey and finds the casket marked with a half crescent and 3 dots, and there the casket is forcefully opened by a woman working for a secret society. Once open, a black mist is released which possesses the woman and turns them into a vampire, and she manages to kill the vampire by drawing the half crescent and the 3-dot seal onto its face. And then in tome 8, she travels to New York to discover who her benefactor is, and there she learns of a government conspiracy to use the overlap between realities for their own ends. Her benefactor states that he instead wishes to use the overlap for scientific endeavors. Now, remember when I told you about the 6th anniversary video having all those Dead by Daylight familiar scratch mark logos that you see over there in the corner underneath the Fog Whisper logo, the hash marks, and how they were all like this and then they blended together? That, to me, represents the overlap, right? Because there's all of the different parallel realities and overlapping, right? That's what I think, anyway. Let's see. And then in tome 10, she appears again, 40 years older and more wearied. Her brother had disappeared in the Alps while recovering World War II Nazi wonder weapons that were being delivered to the Thule Society, and she attempts to recruit Maxwell Holt, a former soldier with similar abilities whose unit disappeared in Afghanistan, into helping her into saving people from the Black Veil and the Entity. So Haddie's been at this a while, 40 years older. She's got to be like 60. So is this just a different version of Haddie from parallel universes? What version of Haddie are we going to get if she comes in as a survivor in Dead by Daylight? Haddie Kaur's parents disappeared on an island when she was 5 years old, and community members have theorized that this is a potential hint towards her being a member of the Pariahs, like Felix Richter and Elodie. I subscribe to this theory, but other people have told me, no, the Pariahs were all teenagers around the same age. There wasn't like a little ankle biter, 5-year-old kid with them, but who knows? And then it just talks about this, again, it's talking about the multiverse here. The different Terras are the parallel universes of Dead by Daylight. Terra 238, Haddie is instead named Hannah, and Haley on Terra 1315, and on a couple of other different realities. Their Harbinger of Hell web series is called Harbinger FM. So she's a badass monster hunter, has been for quite some time, decades it appears, from her lore here. So is this her investigating one of the paranormal phenomena or tragedies? And so let's start from the beginning here. So first we have the tape and the photograph. So is this stuff that was recovered by Haddie, recordings that she made, photographs she took, or is this evidence as part of her case investigating this? I believe that this points to the doctor's mentor, Otto Stamper, and the thing that backs that up is this spiral-bound notebook that was in the Day 2 teaser that looks like it says Automaniac to me here. So was she investigating Otto? More photographs here. House of significance in one Polaroid. No signs of life in another Polaroid. So was she investigating this? Did she visit this place? Did she take these Polaroid pictures of this place? And she had this kind of map of it here where in the bottom corner in the spiral notebook. So much death. Druani comes from darkness. The house is abandoned. Is everyone missing or dead? And what is the fold? And then that leads us into the Day 3 teaser with this remnant of history, this pamphlet, which talks about Enter the Fold Today. Now, I originally had believed that this was like a real estate development, that they were trying to sell plots into this sunny, happy community that's family friendly. But, if you look at it, it talks about fully furnished homes, and people said it sounds more like a cult or a commune. The Garden of Joy, lay down your roots. The healing power of nature is yours to discover. Let your body and spirit be replenished upon discovering a quiet paradise enriched by nature's splendor. A brilliant man had a vision, a place removed from dark thought and moral corruption, where potential could truly prosper, a place where families could lead lives of fulfillment, where children could flourish. Welcome to the Garden of Joy, where utopia is a state of mind. Available now, experience a remnant of history, fully furnished homes, a thriving community awaits. So like the homes are all there, you just got to sign up like, yeah, give me one. I want to experience the healing power of nature. So maybe it isn't like places for sale. Maybe it is buying into, drinking the Kool-Aid, buying into the cult, and a commune type atmosphere. Enter the Fold. So the fold is referenced here in the notebook. What is the fold? So these are all connected. Ravages of the Abyss might be the chapter title. So if we look at, let's see, if we look back at the Doctor's lore here, and if this Automaniac is the visionary who was in charge of this Garden of Joy, was he using this commune cult thing to bring in people to use as guinea pigs for Dr. Carter to experiment on? Because if you read through the doctor's lore here. Here, it says right here, docile test subjects were exchanged for real live spies. So he started out experimenting on docile test subjects. Was Otto Stamper the one who was able to provide Herman Carter with these docile test subjects through the Garden of Joy? Come on in, we're going to experience the nature of healing, or the healing of properties of nature. Come move into my commune. And then he would shuttle them off to Dr. Carter, where Carter promised him, oh yeah, everything's going to be great, and then experimented on them, possibly. But gosh, that's pretty dark if that's the case, because, like, you know, they're talking about family friendly and children here. Not that I think the doctor would be above experimenting on children, but we don't really have any evidence of that. But oh gosh, that's dark. So again, we see these swirly circles on this piece of parchment, and on the newest one, just circle, circle, circle with question marks and this little doodle. I don't know. This could just be, you know, the way Haddie writes or something. But I do believe that this is all stuff off of Haddie's desk, making the case, researching Otto Stamper and this Garden of Joy community. Leading up to this, Dead by Daylight also released these nature-inspired cosmetics for the Blight and the Artist here, where we see growth, and they had that tweet where the Blight gave some gardening tips, Garden of Joy. Is this related to that, hinting at the new chapter, or is it just because of spring, the spring ensemble? Spring's a period of growth coming out of dormancy. Not related at all, purely coincidental. I don't know, I'll let you decide about that. So there you go, that's the newest teaser. This Ask Jordan is like the smoking gun for me, that this is talking about Jordan Rois, who's Haddie Kaur's stepbrother. Maybe we'll get two survivors, or maybe Jordan could be an alternate skin for Haddie. We'll have to wait and see. But in my mind, this all looks like this is something that Haddie is investigating. Haddie is investigating Otto Stamper, and perhaps a new map could be this Garden of Joy here. So that's what I have for you today. We might get a video teaser tomorrow, Friday, to, you know, settle some of this, give us a little tease to wet our beak before the live stream on Tuesday. But that's what I have for you today. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate the time that you spend here with me on my channel. And don't forget to take care of each other in and out of the fog, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. It's a Gen Rush life for us. It's a Gen Rush life for us. Set a hiding, we do gens. Set a randoms, we got friends. It's a Gen Rush life.